Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here at Citi Field for this evening edition of Mets Baseball. Tonight, the New York Mets take on the Philadelphia Phillies for this fourth and final game of this series, as we are about to get things started. Mets and Phillies coming up next here at Citi Field. As we are about to get started here at Citi Field, the New York Mets starting pitcher for tonight's game is none other than Jacob deGrom, the All-Star for the New York Mets, the only recipient of the All-Star game for the New York Mets. As he'll take on the Phillies in his 19th start of the season, he's trying to get that 6th win under his belt. National League's leading ERA man, as the Phillies leadoff man Cesar Hernandez will lead things off for the Phillies, hitting at a .262 for the season. As we are ready to get things started here at Citi Field tonight. First pitch from deGrom is a fastball in there for a call, strike, 0-1 as we are ready to go here at Citi Field. Fourth and final game of this series between the Mets and Phillies. So far the Phillies have taken 3 in this series, the Mets 1. And the 0-1 delivery from deGrom is hit high in the air to center field. Moving on in is Conforto to make the one-handed grab, and that's how we get started tonight. As you can see, a little rain in the air tonight for ball game. As we can take a look at the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies, as we highlight Odubel Herrera, who has the 16 home runs, who leads the Phillies, hitting .278 as well. The Phillies have a pretty good lineup there, as Rhys Hoskins will step into the box and bat second for the Phillies. Hoskins behind Herrera with 14 home runs, and he's been doing pretty good for the Phillies. First pitch from deGrom is a breaking ball in there for a call, strike, 0-1. Rain coming down hard here at Citi Field tonight. And the 0-1 delivery from deGrom is taken outside for ball one, just missed with that fastball at 93 miles an hour. Mets at least trying to salvage this series and getting the second win of it. The 1-1 delivery. And this one's skied in the air to shallow left center. Moving in is Conforto. And he won't be able to get to it as it falls for a base hit. Hoskins heads to second base and he slides in with a double. So Hoskins, with his 22nd double of the season, is able to sneak that one in as he dunks one into shallow left center. And now will bring up Herrera. With 52 runs batted in, would like to get this runner home from second base. First pitch is line into center. Conforto races after it, makes the one-handed running grab, and that's the second out of the inning. So one quick out for the Mets right there, as they needed that after the hot bat of Herrera, as Conforto makes the first 2 outs of the ball game. So deGrom will have only one more out to deal with, as Carlos Santana will step in. Santana in this series has walked a significant amount. Back on the first doubleheader of this series, he had 5 walks on the whole day. 4 walks in the first game. As he swings and misses on that pitch, it's 0-1. Big heater from deGrom up and in. You can't catch up to that. Santana went 0 for 3 in last night's game with 2 more walks. In this series alone, Santana has 6 walks. He had 3 back in the first game of the series on Monday, and then the second game of the doubleheader had a walk, and 2 last night. Only has 1 hit in this series and 7 at-bats. Excuse me, 8 at-bats. 0-2 pitch. Hit high in the air in the left center. Conforto has to come onto it, and he makes the one-handed grab. Side retired. So Conforto makes all 3 outs here in the first inning, as the Mets leave 1 on and no one to score. The Phillies, no runs, 1 hit, no errors as we head to the middle of the first. It's the Mets' turn to hit, as we will be right back here at Citi Field. And the starting pitcher for the Phillies for tonight's game will be Vince Velasquez. Velasquez trying to get his 6th win of the season. One of the only Phillies pitchers with an uneven record. With 8 losses, he looked to get that down. The ERA is at .469 for the season. as he would love more than nothing to bring that down. Here's Brandon Nimmo, and he was the talk of the Mets during the months of June. He was doing very, very well at the plate, but now since July has started, he's been cooled off a little bit. First pitch is a fastball that misses low and away, 1-0. Nimmo has many strikeouts in this series alone, it seems. In this series, he only has 1 hit and 10 at-bats. Swing and a miss on that fastball, and that's a strike to Nimmo, 1-1. Last night, Nimmo had 2 strikeouts. He went 0 for 3, but a walk. The 1-1 pitch, and that's a slider in there for a called strike, 1-2 to Nimmo. But Nimmo just trying to get back on his horse, as he's fallen off a few times in this series, much rather in this series. 1-2 pitch to Nimmo, swing and a miss. He struck him out again. That is the 7th strikeout of this series for Nimmo, as he is down swinging. As we take a look at the Mets starting lineup, as you take a look at Nimmo, though, he does lead the Mets in on-base percentage at .379 in that leadoff spot, so you can understand why Nimmo would be up there in that leadoff spot. So with 1 away, and that'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera hitting .280 for the year, the best average on the Mets. One could say that he could have been an all-star for the New York Metropolitans. First pitch to him from Velasquez is a curveball, swung on and missed, 0-1. Here the umpires for tonight's game. Matthew Ross is in behind the plate calling the balls and strikes for this afternoon. The 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball, topped and hit off of Velasquez over towards first base. Santana will not be able to get the first base in time as the ball ricocheted off of Velasquez, and let's hope he's okay. Breaking ball might not be hit as hard as a fastball would, but Velasquez did get a good chunk of it as it deflected over towards first base, and Santana had to pick it up. And it seems that Velasquez is okay, and that will bring up Conforto with a runner on first and 1 away. Conforto has his struggles as well, only hitting .217 for the season. First pitch to him, and the runner is going. Conforto swings, and it's hit to shortstop, and a tag got him at second, and a throw to first. Double play, side retired. And just like that, the first inning is over. Mets get 1 on, but leave him stranded with that double play as we head to the second. No score here at Citi Field. Nick Williams will lead things off for the Phillies here in the second inning. Williams coming in with 33 RBIs to his credit this season. And the first pitch to him is a fastball hit in the air to center field. Conforto has to go onto it, to the warning track, makes the catch right at the edge of that warning track for the first out of the second. So Conforto has made all 4 outs for the Mets defensively this evening. As we take a look at that Mets defense, a little nice segue into that. As you can see, Conforto out there in center field, wearing number 37 for some reason on the board here. But we have Dominic Smith in left field, who has been getting some time in left field, mostly a first baseman. As that will bring up the shortstop, Kindry. First pitch to him is a fastball in there for a call strike. 0-1. The 0-1 delivery to him is a slider in there for a called strike as well on the outside edge, and it's 0-2 to the Phillies shortstop. The 0-2 up and in, and he has to duck out of the way on that fastball, as DeGrom looking to maybe set him up here, as the count is now 1-2. Big fastball from DeGrom. It's very hard to get out of the way of that pitch. But the 1-2 delivery, breaking ball misses low, and it evens the count at 2-2. The Phillies coming into this game with a record of 51-39, a baker's dozen above 500. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3, and that's the first strikeout for DeGrom this evening. So finally, Conforto can get a rest in center field after that strikeout from DeGrom, his first on the night. As that will bring up Maikel Franco. Franco has a home run in this series. He hit that back in the first game. And a little tapper towards second. Cabrera will spin around and throw to first for the third out, and that retires the side. So the Phillies go down 1-2-3 here in the second. The Mets come up again in the middle of the second. He'll score here at Citi Field. Todd Frazier will lead things off for the Mets, hitting .217 for the season. Frazier was on a disabled list for a little while after that doubleheader. The Mets needed some new players on their roster, and seeing that Frazier had an apparent injury as well, so they placed him on the roster, and the Mets brought up 2 men for that doubleheader, including Ty Kelly. First pitch to him is a fastball fouled off, as that will head back to the seats, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery, as that one's fouled away off of the stands on the right side of the field in foul territory. And here's the 0-2 pitch from Velasquez. Breaking ball in the dirt, as that makes the count now 1-2. The New York Mets, however, come into the series with only 36 wins on the season and 53 losses. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with the breaking ball in the outside corner, as Frazier is the next strikeout victim for Velasquez. And let's take a moment to look at the Philadelphia Phillies defense for this evening's ball game. Virtually the same defensive look for the Phillies these past few games, as that will bring up Devin Mesoraco. Mesoraco has only 1 hit in this series, as a breaking ball is taken for a call, strike, 0-1. He played in the first game of this series in the doubleheader, went 1 for 4, but then had a pinch hit at bat in the second game, but was unsuccessful. He had struck out. So far, he is 1 for 9 in this series. Slider swung on and missed very early on that pitch, and it's 0-2 to Mesoraco. In the last 7 games, Mesoraco is hitting at .273 with 6 hits and 22 at-bats. The 0-2 pitch fouled back to the screen, and it still stays at 0-2. In that span, he does have only 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. He does have a home run and 2 runs batted in. The 0-2 again, and a breaking ball, a changeup rather, swung on and missed, strike 3. So the off-speed pitch gets Mesoraco again, as he's the next victim from Velasquez. As you can take a look at that changeup once again, dropped like a rock. And that will bring up Dominic Smith. Dominic Smith has had his struggles so far, ever since being called up into the majors to play some left field, as he takes that slider outside for a called strike. So you can see the numbers there for Smith. He only has 1 home run and 1 run batted in, and hitting a .197. Not a lot of run support coming out of this man right here. As the changeup misses outside, and it evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, ticking for a called strike on the outside corner. That fastball at 96 miles an hour, and the count is now 1-2 to Smith. Smith in this series has gone 1 for 8 with 2 strikeouts. He had a hit in last night's ball game and a pinch hitting assignment. Didn't start last night. 1-2 pitch, hitting high in the air to right field, and Williams will range over and make the catch, and the Mets go down 1-2-3 as well as we head to the 3rd inning. Alfaro will lead things off for the Phillies. No score here at Citi Field. Now Alfaro will lead things off for the Phillies, their catcher for tonight's ball game. Due up for the Phillies is 8, 9, and 1 for this third inning. DeGrom at 16 pitches as we're only here in the third inning. First pitch is a slider that misses outside, 1-0. So you see the defense pretty much straight up against the catcher. Phillies catcher. No specific shift to the left side for the right-hand batter. The 1-0 delivery, and another slider is in there for a call, strike 1-1. Still a lot of rain coming down here at Citi Field. And that's fouled away into the stands on the right side, and the count's now 1-2. Last night, Alfaro went 1 for 2 with a run scored. And a call, strike 3 on the outside edge. He got him with that slider again, and he's not happy about that call. And that's DeGrom's second strikeout of the night. So Alfaro will have to put his gear back on as DeGrom has set him down. And now we'll bring up the other opposite pitcher, Velasquez, hitting .231 for the season. Not too bad for a pitcher. First pitch to him is a fastball hitting the air to center. Conforto is right there. And he makes the one-handed grab for the second out. So 2 quick outs for DeGrom here in the third. And now bring up Cesar Hernandez for his second turnaround. He flew out to center in the first inning. We can take a look at Hernandez's last 7 games skid coming into tonight's ball game, hitting only a .208 with 5 hits and 24 at-bats. He does have 1 stolen base in that span. In the last 30 games, he has 4 of them. First pitch to him, and it's a slider on the outside corner call for strike 1, 0-1. Hernandez, though, last night went 0 for 5 with a strikeout. So didn't have much success in the Phillies part of the win last night. In his last 2 games, he's 0 for 9 as he fouls that one back to the screen, and it's 0-2. But for the series, though, he's 2 for 13. With a few strikeouts, adding up to a total of 3. The 0-2 delivery fouled off again, and that will go over the screen and into the stands by the booth. Still 0-2. One of the last 15 games for Hernandez, his on-base percentage is at .344, as that breaking ball just misses inside, as the count is now 1-2. DeGrom was looking for his 3rd strikeout of the night there. Now the 1-2 again, as it's lifted in the air to left field. Smith has to come on and grab it, and he does for the 3rd out of the 3rd. As the Phillies go down 1-2-3 once more, as we head to the middle of the 3rd, there is no score here at Citi Field. As we head in the bottom of the 3rd, the man himself will be leading off for the Mets, Wilmer Flores, as he's been the talk of the Mets so far as of late. The only glimpse of light besides DeGrom for the New York Mets as of late. DeGrom has been doing well, but Flores got things going in this series as he gave the Mets their so far only win in this series with that walk-off pinch hit home run in the first game of the doubleheader. After a little dispute of a hit-by-pitch call, as that fastball is taken up and away for ball 1 as it evens it up by 1-1. And Flores had that count at 2-1 when he took a pitch inside and elected that it hit him. And so the Mets elected to challenge the call as that one's fouled away, and they didn't get it. And it looked as though that it might have hit him, but on replay there wasn't enough evidence to conclude it. But the sound, you can kind of hear a little double tap. 1-2 to Flores. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and he got him with that breaking ball. Another strikeout for Velasquez. As we can take a look at that curveball once more by Velasquez. As that will bring up Ahmed Rosario. First pitch to him is a fastball just missing inside. Rosario coming in with a 242 average and an OPS of 654. With 22 runs batted in this season, 65 hits, and 269 at-bats. And a fastball blows it right by him at 95 miles an hour and evens it up at 1-1. Rosario had a night last night, though. He went 3 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. But in his last 7 games haven't been so nice to him. He's only hitting 200 in that span. 4 for his last 20. In the last 15, he's only 6 for his last 32. The 1-1 pitch, another breaking ball missing outside. And the count is now 2-1. First positive count for either side tonight. At least in the 2 balls and strikes regard. Now the 2-1 to him. Breaking ball lined into right field, but over comes the second baseman to make that catch, Hernandez, as he steals Rosario's hit in the right field, as that's the second out of the inning. And now bring up Jacob deGrom, who I guess has been really focusing on his pitching so far this season. He's only hitting .081 average for the season. He's usually a very good hitter at the plate, but this season he's been really focusing on his pitching, as he takes a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Now the 1-0 to the pitcher deGrom as he takes one inside, and it's 2-0. So Velasquez is pitching very carefully to deGrom here. So far missing the first 2 pitches. First 2-0 count for the ballgame. And the 2-1 delivery. Fastball taken for a call strike, as that gets the first strike there. 2-1. Velasquez now at 30 pitches. If you're just tuning in, we're in the bottom of the 3rd, no score. With 2 outs in the pitcher spot, up to bat right now in deGrom. 2-1 delivery, and a breaking ball misses high, 3-1. So that gets the count to 3-1, and Brandon Nimmo would be next. Winds in 3-1. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, and that makes the count full. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball lined in the center, but caught by Hernandez on the line. A nice play by Hernandez again to steal another base hit, and that retires the side. We're a third of the way through here at Citi Field. No score. Rhys Hoskins will lead things off for the Phillies. So far, the only man for the Philadelphia Fighting Phils with the hit. He got a double in the back in the first inning. Dunked one into left center. And was able to leg one out. First pitch to him is a fastball hit in the air to deep left center. Conforto ranging back to the warning track. Back at the wall, and it's out of here. Rhys Hoskins with his 15th home run of the year. And it breaks the ice here in the 4th inning. First pitch swinging, and the Philadelphia Phillies have a 1-0 lead. Well, with not much going on in this ball game, you figured the man who had something going in the first inning would hit another one, and he did. His 2nd extra base hit of the night, his 15th home run of the year, his first of the series, gives the Phillies their first lead of the night. And deGrom just left that fastball right over the plate, and he gave it a pretty good ride in the left center. So the Phillies jump out 1-0 on that Hoskins home run, and now bring up Herrera. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball missing outside, as DeGrom now pitching carefully to the second man to face him this inning. Herrera flew out to center his first time up. The 1-0 delivery, a fastball missing upstairs, and it's 2-0. Now you figured DeGrom would really like to have the Mets to have really something going in the bottom half of the fourth inning to help him out here as he takes a fastball for a strike. That makes the count 2-1. And again, you'd have to figure that DeGrom would like some support. Really hasn't been getting much support from the New York Mets offense this season. 2-1 pitch, line foul over towards the Phillies dugout and into the stands, and it's 2-2. And you can tell with that record of only 4-5 on the season, or 5-4 rather on the season, and coming in with a 1.79 ERA, he'd like that help. As Herrera swings and misses, and that's another strikeout for DeGrom. So after that home run, DeGrom gets his next man to go down swinging. And that will bring up the Phillies' first baseman in Santana. Santana also flew out his first time up. Mets put one away here in the fourth. Phillies up 1-0 after that Hoskins home run to start the inning. And that fastball misses just low for ball one, as you can tell DeGrom right there really wanted that call. But he'll step back onto the rubber and get a sign. And now he comes set. The 1-0 delivery and a slider missing outside, 2-0. So DeGrom falling behind on his next man. 2 balls and no strikes. And here's a 2-0. Fastball missing low, and it's 3-0. So 3 straight balls to start out to Santana. And Santana is looking for his next walk of this series after getting many at the beginning. Well, the 3-0 pitch. Swing and a miss at that pitch. Looked to be ball 4, but Santana foolishly swinging at that one. And now the count's 3-1. 3-1 delivery. Hit the left field, and Smith is going to have to look at that as it's going to roll all the way to the fence and carry him to the left. As Santana will coast into second base with a 1-out double. So maybe looking to get his 7th walk of this series, instead Santana takes that pitch into the left field for an extra base hit. And the Phillies will continue this inning as they have their 3rd extra base hit this evening, as that will bring up Nick Williams. First pitch from DeGrom is taken low and away for ball 1, just missing low. Santana on second, 1 out. And that one's in there for a call strike. That slider in at 91 miles an hour evens it up at 1-1. Little thunder going on here at Citi Field outside the ballpark. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a call strike, 1-2. So DeGrom now at 40 pitches. Has a 1-2 count on Nick Williams and looking for his next strikeout victim here. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him with that high fastball. As that heater will bring us into our pitch speed comparison, as DeGrom is the victor in that category, 97 miles an hour, and Velasquez at 96. DeGrom has been known for that high fastball, hitting 97 and occasionally touching 98 or 99 on the gun. And now bring up the Philly shortstop. Gingrey is 0 for 1 in the ball game. And the first pitch from DeGrom is taken for a call strike, a breaking ball at 82. 0-1. The Mets' next inning will have their 1, 2, and 3 hitters, Brandon Nimmo, to lead things off, if they can get this third out here. Phillies have a man in scoring position. A 1 pitch taken for a call strike on the outside corner with that fastball, 0-2. Now the 0-2 from DeGrom. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him again with that breaking ball. Another strikeout for DeGrom, as that will leave Santana stranded. But Hoskins had it started. First pitch swinging in the 4th inning. Hit one in the left field seats as the Phillies have a 1-0 lead here in the 4th. Brandon Nimmo will lead things off for the Mets. He was the first strikeout victim back in the 1st inning. And the first pitch to Nimmo is a breaking ball missing outside of that slider at 85 miles an hour. Nimmo now has 7 strikeouts in this series. In his last 15 games has 9 of them, but as of late he's been striking out a lot. That fastball misses up and in. He does have 7 in his last 7 games, so far he's got an average of a strikeout per game. Swung on and missed on that fastball up and in, and that makes it 2-1 to Nimmo. Beat him with that heater at 96. Still a positive count for Nimmo, as he does like to run these counts to full. But he takes that one upstairs, and it's 3-1. And Asdrubal Cabrera will be on deck. If Nimmo can get on, that'll be great for the Mets to get something started here in the 4th. 3-1 to Nimmo. Fastball line foul into the right field seats in foul territory, and it's now full to 3-2. Full count. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Fastball misses low, ball 4. So Nimmo has his 2nd walk of this series, as he gets on to lead things off here in the 4th for the Mets, and now will bring up Cabrera. So the Mets looking to get something started here in the bottom of the 4th inning, as Asdrubal will come up. So far the only Met hit tonight. Got a single back in the 1st inning. He actually had tapped one and hit the pitcher Velasquez, and it ricocheted towards first base, and Santana had to come way off the bag to go get it, and Cabrera would easily beat that infield single out. First pitch to him, and a slider just missing outside, and it's 1-0. As we take a look at that on the pitch tracker, it just missed outside. Couldn't quite get the corner. Now the 0-1 pitch. The breaking ball swung on and missed, as Cabrera was out of his shoes on that one, as he evens the count now at 1-1. Velasquez now at 41 pitches here in the 4th. And the 1-1 delivery. Fastball missing high, and it's 2-1. Still raining here at Citi Field. Been hearing roars of thunder throughout the ballpark, but nothing too bad for a delay or anything. 2-1 delivery. Hit in the air to deep right field. Down the line. If it's gone, no, it is foul. If it's fair, it was gone, but that one went way foul, as Cabrera just missed another home run, and that would have given the Mets a 2-1 lead. But now it's 2-2 to Cabrera, and he swings and misses on that fastball and strikes out swinging for the first out here in the 4th. So what tough luck for the Mets after an almost home run as we take a look at the road to the show report for the Philadelphia Phillies. As the Iron Pigs, their AAA team, had lost to the Baltimore Orioles team in the last 10 games. They are 72 and 68, I believe. That's what they were last season. Here's Conforto. He grounded out in his first time up. 0 for 1. First pitch to Conforto. And the fastball is taken for a called strike. Our out-of-town scoreboard for tonight's game. Or tonight's games, rather. There are 2 games going on this afternoon as this game is being played, the simulation. The Detroit Tigers are up 2-1 against the Tampa Bay Rays in the 5th inning with 2 outs. The 0-1 delivery. Swings and misses on that curveball at 81 miles an hour. Out in front of that one. And then in Minnesota, the Kansas City Royals are up 3-0 against the Minnesota Twins in the bottom of the 1st inning. Swing and a miss as he gets Conforto on 3 pitches. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Well, he got him on that curveball at 81 and then throws this fastball right by him. Outside edge at 95 miles an hour. So now I'll bring up Todd Frazier, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. So far that nimble walk has come to pass, but let's see if Frazier can do something. First pitch to him is a fastball taken upstairs for ball 1. Frazier was one of Velasquez's strikeout victims back in the 2nd inning. Nimmo at first with 2 out. Throw over to first as Nimmo will have to dive back. Phillies up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 pitch, a check swing foul ball from Frazier as he elected to not swing at the last second but couldn't help himself as he's making contact. Makes the count 1-1. One pitch misses upstairs, 2-1. Mets so far tonight with no runs, 1 hit, and no errors on their line score. Nimmo led off the inning with a walk. Cabrera was the only one with a base hit for the Mets. Check swing, and he was swinging on that one. He broke the plane as that evens the count at 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch again. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Frazier, and the Mets leave 1 stranded. So the Mets come up empty-handed here in the 4th as we head to the 5th. 1-0 Philadelphia.
Leading off for Philadelphia.
Here we are back at Citi Field as we are ready to start the 5th inning. Those aren't our commentators for tonight. Screw those guys. This is Matt Murphy commentating tonight's game. As Maikel Franco will lead things off for the Phillies. DeGrom at 44 pitches as we head into the 5th. 1-0 Philadelphia after the Hoskins home run back in the 4th inning to lead it off. First pitch to him is taken inside for ball 1. 1-0. Slider in there for a called strike, evens it up at 1-1. DeGrom will have one more start before his time in the All-Star game. That will be next week. And a fastball at 95 is right there for strike 2. His next opponent will be Washington, as the Mets will take a 4-game series against Washington before they go back to D.C. as Franco looks at called strike 3. That's the 6th strikeout for DeGrom this evening. As we can take a look on the pitch info. Just gets that black on the outside corner with that slider at 89 miles an hour. So that'll bring up the catcher, Alfaro. First pitch to him is a fastball missing upstairs for ball 1 at 95. Alfaro's 0 for 1 one of the strikeout victims of DeGrom, who has 6 strikeouts on the night. 50th pitch coming up. The 0-1 and a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And that evens it up at 1-1. Now the 1-1. Taps down the third base line, but foul. There's a rip from Alfaro. Kicks foul and off the tarp, and that will make it 1-2 to him. As this one is popped up, shallow left field. Smith will have to come on and grab it, and he makes the one-handed grab and does for the second out. So Smith, who just getting some time in left field now, he's got his second put out of the night. And that will bring up the opposition, Velasquez. And the first pitch to him is swung on and missed in that fastball at 94, 0-1. One strike pitch is hit to third. Frazier, step and a throw, and Flores makes the catch, and that retires the side. Halfway through here at Citi Field, so Philadelphia Phillies still have that 1-0 lead. Mesoraco, Smith, and Flores due up for the Mets. Mesoraco will lead things off for the Mets here in the bottom half of the 5th. As we're halfway through here at Citi Field, Phillies have a 1-0 lead over the Mets. Phillies looking for their 52nd win of the season, and the Mets are trying to edge their way to get their 37th win. First pitch from Velasquez. So far now at 53 pitches on the night, and that one's ripped foul off the stanchion. 0-1 to Mesoraco, the Mets catcher. The 0-1 delivery, a breaking ball swung on and missed as that pitch ended up in the dirt, as Mesoraco was way out in front of that one. So Velasquez now has 2 strikes on Mesoraco. The 0-2 pitch, fouled away into the right field seats. Wilmer Flores on deck for the Mets. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Another strikeout for Vasquez as Mesoraco goes down. As you can take a look at the pitch sequences so far for all the strikeouts for Velasquez, they're all not really near the plate. They've gotten hitters out of their shoes. That's the 4th strikeout for Velasquez for the night, as Dominic Smith will come up to the plate. And the first pitch to him is taken outside for ball 1. Smith 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Now his average has dropped to 194. The 1-0 pitch. Now it's taken low, 2-0. Next pitch is taken upstairs, ball 3. So Smith, having a careful eye in this at-bat, makes the count 3-0 as Wilmer Flores on deck for the Mets if Smith can get on base. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, 3-0, and that fastball is right down the middle for strike 1. And you can see the field after it being raining all night. The chalk has withered away. The dirt has a lot of moisture in it. That's how dark it is. Might be a little muddy out there for the players. 3-1 delivery to Smith. It's topped towards first. Smith will take, or Santana will take it, and Smith grounds out for the second out. That's that'll bring up Wilmer Flores, and here's the line score as we were halfway through this ball game, as the only run came into the 4th inning with a Hoskins home run. He hit that to left center to lead things off in that 4th inning. And only 3 hits for the Phillies, all extra base hits, and the only hit for the Mets was by Cabrera. And now we'll bring out Wilmer Flores, who struck out. in his first at bat, one of the 4 strikeouts of Velasquez. Flores in his last 7 games hitting .375 as he takes that slider to the backstop. 1-0. In his last 15, Flores is hitting .333 with 4 home runs and 11 runs batted in. And 10 of those home runs have come on walk-off hits, I believe. The 1-0 pitch. Taken low for ball 1. Well, excuse me, those 10 walk-off RBIs have been to what Flores has done for his career. And he's considered the walk-off king of the New York Mets. 2-0 pitch is grounded towards short. Kingery throws a one-hopper, but Santana able to dig it out, and that retires the side. So we are done here in the 5th as we head to the 6th inning. The Phillies still have a 1-0 lead here at Citi Field.
Leading off for the Phillies, second baseman.
Cesar Hernandez will lead things off for the Phillies. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Phillies have 1, 2, and 3 due up here in the 6th against DeGrom. DeGrom only at 55 pitches. And he's been mowing down this Phillies lineup other than Hoskins. As Hernandez fouls that back to the screen. The only man who he really hasn't been able to retire other than Santana. The 1-1 pitch to Hernandez is hit out towards left field, and that's going to be dunked in for a base hit over Rosario. So the Phillies have their 4th hit of the night as Hernandez gets his first of the evening. And that fastball was right there on that 1-1 count, and he was able to slice it into left field. And now bring up Hoskins. As you can take a look back at what he did back in the 4th inning, he hit a solo jack into the left field seats as that gave the Phillies their first lead of the ball game. Ball really caromed off those seats. Hoskins 2 for 2 in the ball game with 2 extra base hits. He got a double back in the 1st, and the home run you just saw back in the 4th. And the first pitch to him is taken upstairs for strike 1. Phillies third base coach telling Hernandez to check his outfielders. DeGrom from the stretch, the 0-1. And now it's lined in the right field for another base hit. So Hoskins has his 3rd hit of the night, the 5th one for the Phillies tonight. And they have 2 runners on with nobody out here in the 6th. As that fastball was low and at the knees, but he was able to line that one in the right field. So now Hoskins only needs a triple for the cycle. A double home run and now a single. As that will bring up Odubel Herrera. First pitch to him is a fastball taken for a call strike. DeGrom now had 60 pitches tonight. Herrera has struck out and lined out, one of the 6 strikeout victims of DeGrom tonight. His average is now at .277. In his last 7 games, hitting at .226 in his last 15, only a .169 clip. The 0-1 delivery, a breaking ball in the dirt, as that evens it up at 1-1. Hernandez at second, Hoskins at first, with nobody out. Here in the 6th, Phillies 1-0. And the pitch from DeGrom misses outside, 2-1. Rain still coming down here at Citi Field. Now the 2-1 pitch. And that one's tapped foul over towards the Phillies on deck circle, and it's now 2-2 to Herrera. DeGrom looking for a 7th strikeout of the night. Two coming. Top towards short, could be 2. The flip to second for 1. Cabrera jump throw, and he got him at first base for the double play. So the Mets get 2 quick outs there, but Hernandez goes over to third base as the Phillies' second run is now 90 feet away. But the Mets, with a well-needed double play, are able to get the second out. And are able to face Santana, who does have a hit in this ballgame. First pitch to him is a two-seamer missing low, and it's 1-0. Santana's slugger percentage is now at a .420. Santana's slugging percentage in his last 7 games has not been pretty, as he takes a fastball in there for a strike. Only a 158 slugging in his last 7 games, only hitting 105 in his last 7, and hitting 159 in his last 15, and even in his last 30, only 207. He is 7 for his last 44. But his on-base percentage has been way up there. Up and in fastball, foul to the screen, 1-2. And he has been a walking machine in this series. He does have 6 of them, including 2 last night. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, kicks away. Here comes Hernandez to the plate. Mesoraco's flip, not in time, and the Phillies have a 2-0 lead. DeGrom's wild pitch will cost him as the Phillies get their second run of the ball game on that wild pitch as Hernandez came in to score. So now DeGrom will have a 2-2 count, and he swings and misses and does strike him out for his 7th strikeout of the night. But the damage is done. DeGrom's wild pitch costs the Mets a run as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0 Philadelphia. Ahmed Rosario will lead things off for the Mets. So far he has lined out the second base in his first time up. So here we go in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to Rosario. He looks to bunt, but it's a strike as he misses it. 65 pitches Velasquez has now. The 0-1 pitch. And that one's taken inside for ball 1. Mets looking for base runners here. Only have 1 hit in the ball game, but 2 base runners. The 1-1 pitch taken up and in for ball 1. Or ball 2, rather. As Drew Smith will be in the bullpen for the Mets. Not gonna lie, I didn't even know we had a Drew Smith. 2-1 pitch. And another show bunt, but he misses it, and it's 2-2. So that breaking ball, not a good pitch to bunt at. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Taken outside 3-2, so Rosario is able to get this count full. Velasquez onto his 70th pitch of the night. Looking for another strikeout victim. He has 4 on the night. Now the pitch to Rosario, 3-2. Taken for a called strike 3. Got him with that fastball low and in on the corner. As Rosario is the 5th strikeout victim for Velasquez. So that's the first out here in the 6th inning, and DeGrom will hit. Or excuse me, after being announced to hit, there will be a pinch hitter for the Mets as Kevin Kazmarski will pinch hit. Kazmarski only has 1 start on the season and only 5 at-bats for the season in total. He has not gotten a hit. First pitch is taken inside for a ball. So that's it for DeGrom this evening. Only going 6 innings with 2 runs given up. You can see Kazmarski has not gotten a hit this season after being called up to the majors. 0 for 5. But he does have a walk to his credit. This one's over to first base, but over the glove of Santana in the right field. Let's see how they scored that. And And yes, they will give it to him as Kazmarski gets his first major league hit. As they will take that ball out of play for a souvenir for Kazmarski. So finally, after 5 at-bats and not getting a hit and only a walk, Kazmarski gets his first major league hit and gets the second hit for the Mets tonight. As we can take a look again, the ball was hit hard down the first base and Santana couldn't play. And it was a hard play for Santana, so you have to figure that they would give Kazmarski that hit, and they did. So kudos for Kazmarski getting his first major league hit, and that will bring up Brandon Nimmo, who's 0 for 1 with a walk, the only other base runner for the Mets tonight. And these Mets players need this energy from this crowd. 72 pitches Velasquez has now. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies have a 2-0 lead. Mets have a runner on first. First pitch to Nimmo. Up and in for ball 1. Mets with their 3rd base runner of the night. Nimmo at the plate being one of them. So far only one of their starters has a hit. As Kazmarski, who pinched hit, got that base hit. Throw over the first base, not in time. Kazmarski is a good base runner, though. He can steal some bases. When he got his walk, he did try to steal a base. He got caught stealing, so far he's 0 for 1 in the stealing category. 1-0 to Nimmo, taking a curveball for a call strike. So at least now the Mets are trying to run out Velasquez's pitch count and trying to get to the bullpen. Another throw over the first base, not in time. Now the 1-1 pitch and a check swing, and he did go. And it's now 1-2 to Nimmo. Mets are desperately looking for a run in this series, after getting only 3 last night in that 7-3 loss. Nimmo hits one down the left field line, but that will go foul. Mets have 8 runs in this series. 1-2 pitch. Check swing, and it's a strikeout for Nimmo. So Nimmo trying to hold back his swing, couldn't there, as he's Velasquez's 6th strikeout victim of the night. And that will bring up Asdrubal Cabrera, who has the only other Met hit tonight besides Kazmarski. He did it back in the 1st inning. He singled off the pitcher Velasquez and beat it out for an infield hit. Runner on first with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Mets are down 2-0 against the Phillies. Velasquez onto his 78th pitch. First pitch to Cabrera is fouled off to the left side and out of play. Velasquez now coming on to 80 pitches. Rain does continue to pour down here at Citi Field. No delays so far tonight. Thunder has subsided a little bit. 0-1 pitch. Hit high in the air to right field. Williams ranging over. And he makes the one-handed grab to retire the side. Mets leave another one stranded as we head to the 7th inning. 2-0 Philadelphia. Welcome back here at Citi Field as we take a look at the line score for tonight's ballgame. For the Phillies, they have 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors. And for the Mets, only 2 hits on the evening with no runs scored for them as well. Phillies runs came in the 4th inning on a home run by Hoskins, and in the 6th on a wild pitch by DeGrom. And Hernandez scored as DeGrom's night is over, and the Mets will bring in their relief pitcher Drew Smith to pitch against Nick Williams here in the 7th inning. As Jerry Blevins will be warming up to the bullpen, who will most likely be pitching after Smith. First pitch from him is a fastball in there for a call strike, 0-1. We can take a look at that pitch info again. Nice fastball on the inside corner at 91. And the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside this time, 1-1. And there is Blevins on the right side of the rubber there. warming up in the bullpen for the Mets, as he will be the next man to come in for the Mets, most likely in this inning if Smith is unsuccessful. But here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed at 94 miles an hour on the outside edge, and it's 1-2. So Smith, looking for his first strikeout of the night, has a negative count on Williams. But Williams hits that one high and deep but foul into the right field seats, and it's still 1-2. Now here's the 1-2 pitch again. Hit high in the air, over towards first base. Flores calling off everybody, and he does make the one-handed grab for the first out here in the 7th.
Now batting, number 4.
And so Smith is able to retire a man, and now Kingery will come up to the plate, who is not looking for that hat trick. He has 2 strikeouts on the night, 0 for 2. First pitch to him is a fastball swung on and missed, 0-1. Out of town scores, 2 games this afternoon so far in real life. Detroit Tigers still up 2-1 rather against the Tampa Bay Rays in the 7th inning. And the Kansas City Minnesota game, Kansas City is up 3-0 in the 2nd. And a bunt from Kingery, and that will go foul. So now he's down 0-2 again. And let's see how Smith pitched to him here. The 0-2 pitch. Foul all the way. Kingery does have 2 strikeouts on the night. He's trying to avoid his third. Nobody wants that hat trick. 0-2 again. Fastball missing outside, low and away, and it's 1-2. And this was topped over towards third. Frazier ranges to his left, throws the first, and Flores makes the catch for the second out. So Kingery does avoid his third strikeout, but nonetheless does get out. 0 for 3 on the night. As Frazier makes his second, now bring up Maikel Franco, who's 0 for 2. Strikeout on a ground out. First pitch to Franco is hit foul out the screen, and it's 0-1 to him. The 0-1 delivery, a high fastball misses 1-1. Well, after this is a little funky schedule for the Philadelphia Phillies. Tomorrow, after tonight's ball game, they will face the Baltimore Orioles at Baltimore for a 1-game series. Most likely a makeup game in that regard. That game will start at 6:05 on Thursday evening, and then they'll go to Miami the next day to play on the weekend against Miami Marlins. A 3-game series leading up to the All-Star break. So it's a little odd to see that 1 game against Baltimore at Baltimore on what looked to be their day off, as Franco lines one to left field. Smith can't get it. He'll have to get it on a hop, as that will be a 2-out single for Franco. Philly's 6th hit of the night.
Now batting, captain, Jorge Alfaro.
So that will bring up Alfaro. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Average is now down at 242. First pitch to him. Breaking ball in there, swung on and missed. 0-1. Rain still coming down here at Citi Field. As you can see, the dirt seems to be a little muddy, but the players have been doing pretty well. No errors in this ball game by either side. Nothing due to the weather. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed as he blew that fastball right by him from Smith. As Alfaro's down now 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Just misses outside, 1-2. A big crowd here for tonight's ball game. The weather was a little nicer, you probably could have seen a lot more people. 1-2 pitch. Hit high in the air in the left or right center gap. Nimmo reaching over, makes the catch, and the side is retired. So the Mets are able to let the Phillies leave one stranded as we head to the 7th inning stretch here at Citi Field. 2-0 Philadelphia. Michael Conforto will lead things off for the Mets. He's over 2 in the ballgame with a strikeout and a groundout. Mets are looking to start something here in the home half of the 7th, as Velasquez is still on the pitch, about to throw his 80th pitch of the night. And that 80th pitch is a fastball, or changeup rather, high and called for strike 1. But the Phillies do have 2 men in the bullpen, Neris and Garcia, right behind Velasquez if anything goes wrong for the fighting Phils. The 0-1 to Conforto. Lifted foul into the left field seats. 0-2 to Conforto. Mets have Conforto, Frazier, and Mesoraco due up here in the 7th. And a changeup misses outside and low for a ball, 1-2. There's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, chopped foul, and the ball boy will make a nice play. And the count still stays at 1-2 to Conforto. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Conforto on the night. 7th for Velasquez. 1 out here in the 7th.
Third baseman number 21, Don Frazier.
So 1 away to start here in the middle of the 7th, and that will bring up Todd Frazier. Frazier also 0 for 2 in the ballgame, who was also a strikeout victim himself. First pitch to him is a fastball swung on and missed up and in, 0-1. Frazier's average is now down at .215 on the season. Never has really been an average hitter, or like on the home run side of hitting. The 0-1. Line to the left side, but foul, as that will be in the stands for a souvenir. So Velasquez now at 86 pitches. He's throwing 58 strikes. Starting to wear down a little bit, but he's still being effective with 7 strikeouts on the night. 0-2 to Frazier. Swing and a miss. He got him with the breaking ball again, and Frazier is not happy about that one. His second strikeout of the night, 8 for Velasquez, and he just keeps mowing down this Mets lineup. And that will bring up the Mets catcher, Mesoraco. As we take a look at that breaking ball again, that gets Frazier. Or the changeup, the off-speed pitch at 84 miles an hour. It was a good drop. Another pitcher on the bullpen for the Phillies is Dominguez, as Mesoraco will step in and take a slider for a strike. Mesoraco has 2 strikeouts on the night, of trying to avoid that third one. Now the 0-1 delivery. Lifted in the air behind second base. Hernandez makes the 2-handed grab, and that retires the side. Mets go down 1-2-3 as Velasquez just keeps mowing down this Mets lineup. A good start for him through 7. 2-0 Philadelphia. A good start for him.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the New York Mets.
Here on the 8th inning, as Tim Peterson will come in to pitch for the New York Mets, as Smith's only inning for the night has been dealt with. Peterson's actually doing pretty good at the bullpen for the Mets, a 2.93 ERA coming into tonight's game. Aaron Altair will come in to pinch hit for the Phillies as Velasquez's night looks to be done after a solid 7 innings with no runs and only 2 hits given up. And 7 strikeouts for him. He had done very well for the Phillies as they look to keep things going for themselves, as the first pitch from Peterson is a fastball taken for a strike, 0-1. Phillies again looking for their 52nd win of the season, and to win this series. So far 2-1 in this 4-game series. Mets trying to at least salvage it and try to even things up, but so far nothing has gone for them. Fastball misses low and away. Now the 1-1 from Peterson. And a breaking ball. One's chopped foul, and the ball boy will make a nice play again. And it's 1-2 to him. Mets have, or the Phillies rather, have 9-1-2 due up here in this 8th inning. 1-2 from Peterson. Breaking ball misses low at 76 miles an hour. As that evens the count at 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch from Peterson. And it's grounded towards short. Rosario bobbles it. Does he have enough time? No, he won't. He'll elect not to throw to first. And it's an infield... Excuse me, a no infield base hit. It is an error on Rosario. As that's the first error for either side tonight. So that's how this inning gets started. Rosario with an E6. As Altair is able to come aboard. And that will bring up Hernandez, who has a base hit in this ball game. 1 for 3 as he takes that breaking ball low for ball 1. He has a single and a run scored. He was that second run scored for the Phillies on a wild pitch from DeGrom, scoring from third base. As they gave the Phillies their 2-0 lead, as we still have it in this inning. But they do have a runner on first here with nobody out. The 1-0 from Peterson misses low again with that changeup this time. 2-0. Boy, would the Mets not want something bad to happen this inning and give up more runs in this ballgame, as their offense has been very quiet. 2-0 delivery. Misses up and in. 3-0. So Hoskins, the hottest hitter for the Phillies tonight, is on deck. And Bachelor and Blevins are up in the bullpen for the Mets. So you have to figure most likely Blasher will come into pitch if Peterson is unsuccessful and walks Henderson here. Here's the 3-0. Taken for a strike. 3-1. Both Mets and Phillies have 2 pitchers up in the bullpen. Tenth pitch of the inning from Peterson on its way. 3-1. Line in the right field. Nimmo takes a couple of steps in, and he makes the catch. 1 away. Going back to first base is Altair. And here's the start of comparison. As you can see, it was not a bad turnaround for either start, but Velasquez had the better start. Had 12 strikeouts, rather, than 7, but DeGrom did have 7. Gave up 2 hits, and Velasquez gave up none. And only 2 hits Velasquez had given up, and only 1 walk. DeGrom didn't give up a walk. But now comes up Rhys Hoskins, who is 3 for 3, and is a triple shy from the cycle. He homered back in the 4th inning, doubled back in the 1st, and singled back in his last time up. Runner on first with 1 out. The 0-1 pitch, taken for a called strike, and it's 0-2 to Hoskins. So a good outcome for Peterson so far, but now he at least needs one more pitch for Hoskins, as he is able to get up on 0-2. Altair at first base. 0-2. Breaking ball grounded down the line and into the corner. Smith will have to get into the corner. Going from first to third is Altair. Hoskins on to second with his 2nd double of the night, and the Phillies have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out here in the 8th. Altair's 2nd double on the evening. His 3rd extra base hit of the night. As we look at the replay on that hit down the line, it was another rip from Hoskins, and luckily that relay, the runner for first base wasn't able to score. So that will bring up Odubel Herrera, who is one of the hottest Phillies hitters, but as of late hasn't been doing so well. And hopefully the Mets can retire him again here. And the Mets are going to elect to intentionally walk Herrera. So they'll give Herrera the free pass here, as that will load up the bases for Peterson, as he looks to get a ground ball here at least. So it does create a double play opportunity for the Mets, as a ground ball will be well needed. And that will bring up Carlos Santana, who has an extra base hit himself tonight. Only has 2 hits in this series. One of them obviously tonight. Bases juiced here in the 8th. First pitch from Peterson, taken low for ball 1. And Santana as well has been a walking machine in this series. On-base percentage has been skyrocketing, almost at 400 for the year, and for the past few games has been well over 400. 1-0 pitch. Changeup in there for a called strike, and it evens it up at 1-1. And here is our situation. Herrera at first, Hoskins at second, Altair at third. Santana up at the plate. With 1 out here in the 8th. 2-0 Philadelphia. One from Peterson. Breaking ball just misses low for ball 2. But yeah, we can take a look at the walks for Santana have been astronomical. 34 walks in his last 92 at-bats. His average in that span is 207. His on-base, 411. And that takes it low, 3-1. So now Santana has an opportunity here. 3-1 now to him. With 1 out and the bases loaded. And if he can get another walk here, that will force in a run for the Phillies. He has 6 in this series. 3-1 from Peterson. Taken for a strike on the inside corner. And it's full 3-2. So the Mets here are looking for a ground ball as they had intentionally walked Herrera to get the bases loaded to have a double play opportunity. Peterson gets his sign. He comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Taken high for ball 4, and that forces in a run. The 7th walk for Santana in this series forces in the 3rd run of the game for the Phillies, as the bases are still loaded here with 1 out. So after falling behind 3-1, got it to full was Peterson and threw a fastball up and away a little too much. As now Nick Williams will have the bases loaded with 1 out here. Mets are down now 3-0 against the Phillies, as the Mets still elect to have Peterson in this ballgame. First pitch from Peterson. Changeup misses low for ball 1. 20 pitches down the inning for Peterson himself. Bases still juiced. Hoskins at third, Herrera at first, and Santana at first, Herrera at second. 1-0 pitch. Another fastball misses low, 2-0. So Peterson, right now, can't really find the strike zone. Again, the Mets are looking for a ground ball to get him out of this inning and at least have only 1 run to come pass. 2-0 pitch. Taken high, but for a called strike, 2-1. Peterson comes set the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's evening up at 2-2. Here's a 2-2 to Williams. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with that curveball, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Williams with his first strikeout of the night. Or much rather, his 4th strikeout of this series, if that's the case. And that will bring up Kingery, who is 0 for 3 in the ballgame with 2 strikeouts and a groundout. And a breaking ball in the dirt, but nobody will come, as the runners will stay put on that breaking ball that missed in the dirt and kicked away. Kingery is 0 for 3 with that ground ball in the 7th. He does have 2 strikeouts. Average is now down to 227. But it's 1-0 on him from Peterson. Now the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. Evens it up at 1-1. Bases loaded for the Phillies again. You're in the 8th inning. 1-1. In there for a called strike. 1-2. 27 pitches now for Peterson. And if you're just tuning in, we are here in the 8th inning. Started out as 2-0, but the Mets walked in a run. That made it 3-0 score right now, as Peterson does have a 1-2 count with 2 outs, looking to get his second strikeout of the inning and get the Mets out of this jam. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. A big strikeout for Peterson there. Gets the Mets out of the jam. And only 1 run to pass. As we head to the middle of the 8th. Mets need to get something going. Will they get something going? 3-0 Philadelphia.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Phillies.
Here we are on the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher for the Phillies as Hector Neris will come in and pitch for the Phillies. He has 10 saves on the season. This is a non-save situation in the 3rd. His ERA is up towards almost 7 at 6.90. Dominic Smith will lead things off for the Mets. He is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out. Be big for him to get a base hit to start this 8th inning, as the Mets only have 2 hits in this ball game all put together. First pitch to him is a splitter that misses low, and it's 1-0. Dominic Smith would really love to get some sort of base hit here, and even an extra base hit will do. 1-0 delivery, taken for a call strike, another splitter. Coming into this game, Smith only had 1 hit in this series. A pinch hit assignment last night got him his only hit. And his last 7 games, he's 3 for his last 20 as he swings and misses that splitter, and it's now 1-2 to him. Phillies 3, Mets nothing here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-2 count on Smith from Norris. And misses way inside as Smith had to duck out of the way of that one, and he is taking exception to it. Doesn't like that. As for some reason the Phillies have a man warming up in the Mets dugout. Smith not liking the call. As we had a little altercation going on, Smith's still not happy with that pitch way inside. And that fastball way inside on him. But the umpire and the catcher get to talk things out, and Smith's still not happy about it. Now has a 2-2 count on Nurse. Or from Nurse, rather. 2-2 pitch. Taken outside, ball 3. It's one of the first altercation scenes that I've ever seen in MLB The Show. It's a nice thing to add in the game. It kind of gives it a little bit of a real vibe to it. But now the count's full on the Smith after that pitch missing way inside on him. 3-2 is lifted foul, now to play. Would it be good for Smith to win this battle here? The only thing he can do is rip one right through the box. But he swings and misses and strikes out on that fastball inside. As that's the first strikeout for Norris this evening. As we take a look at Velasquez's numbers again with the 12 strikeouts and 89 pitches in 7 innings. Only 2 hits and no runs given up at all. And only 1 walk to his credit. And now we'll bring up Wilmer Flores. And if you need any player to be clutching in any situation, you'd want Flores to be that right now. At least give the Mets something to work with. In that doubleheader back on Monday, he did have 2 RBIs in that home run and that double in the second game, and he grounds one over towards second. Hernandez will make a quick out, and there are 2 away. So Flores unsuccessful to get on base, as there are 2 away, and Rosario will come up to the plate, and here's the line score again. So far, ever since the 4th inning, every other inning has been a run scored for the Phillies. 1 run in each of those every other inning. And here comes Rosario. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout. As Rosario now finally steps into the box. 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Mets again down 3-0. First pitch, Rosario taken for a called strike with that slider. 0-1. As we said before, Rosario did well in last night's game. He went 3 for 4. The 0-1 delivery, taken low for ball 1. Coming into the ball game, he's 4 for his last 20. And 6 for his last 32. So that game last night really helped out his statistics, going 3 for 4. The 1-1 delivery. Line foul over above the Mets dugout and into the stands, and out of play. 1-2 to Rosario. One-two pitch. Line foul into the left field seats. Now Carroll back onto the field. Still 1-2 to Rosario. One-two delivery. Taken low with that splitter, and it's now 2-2 to Rosario. That's what have a pinch hitter on deck. The pitcher spot would be due up. 2-2. Misses low with that splitter, and it's now full. Tim Peterson's spot would be on deck, but let's see if Rosario can get on, and the Mets would bring up a pinch hitter. 3-2. Misses ball 4, so that's the second walk for the Mets tonight. Their 4th base runner, and that will give a pitch hitting assignment for somebody on the Mets bench, and let's see who it is, as Rosario gets on base for the first time tonight. Mets 4th base runner. And so the Mets will give Jose Reyes a pinch hitting assignment. Reyes has been struggling himself, only hitting a buck whatever under the Mendoza line. Really hasn't gotten that average above 200 really ever since the beginning of the season. First pitch to him is topped foul, and it'll be right to the ball boy, who makes a nice one-handed grab. And there is Reyes' stats. He does almost have 2,000 hits for his career. He's hitting 172 for the season, but he's 6 for his last 32. The 0-1 delivery and a called strike at the fastball outside. And it's 0-2. Rosario at first. Reyes at the plate with 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-0 Phillies. 0-2. Lifted foul above the screen and out of play. Still 0-2 to Reyes. Reyes last night started, went 1 for 3. And also walked as well. That one misses inside, and it's 1-2 to Reyes. Reyes is 1 for 8 in this series so far. Getting starts in all 3 of them, except for this one. Throw over to first of Rosario, who's not much of a base stealer. He does have speed, but doesn't get the call to steal very much. 1-2 to Reyes. Line foul. There's a hard hit ball from Reyes. Curves foul, and it's still 1-2 to him. There's Cubs set from the stretch. Here's the 1-2 pitch again, and it's lifted in the air, shallow right field. Williams ranges it over, and he makes the one-handed grab, side retired. So the Mets leave a runner stranded again as we go to the 9th. 3-0 Philadelphia.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Mets, number 39.
Here we are in the 9th here at Citi Field as Jerry Blevins will get the assignment to pitch the 9th for the Mets. In his 37th game of the season now. The ERA is now at 4.43 coming into the ball game. As Miguel Franco will lead things off for the Fightin' Phils. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. And here's the first pitch from Jerry Blevins. This changeup is in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Take a look at that on the overhead cam, and it could have gone either way. Didn't really look like it got much of the plate, but the Mets get the call nonetheless. The 0-1 delivery. Fastball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. 0-2. Breaking ball lifted in the air deep down the left field line, but that will curl foul. And it's still 0-2 to Franco. The 0-2 again. Line foul again to the left field seats and stays at 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 again from Blevins. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got Franco with that fastball that time. As Blevins gets his first strikeout of the night. And that's the first out here in the 9th. Good pitch by Blevins at sinker on the outside edge. So that'll bring up Alfaro. Anthony Swarzak now warming up the bullpen for the Mets if he's needed. First pitch from Blevins is a curveball, missing inside, 1-0 to Alfaro, who's 0 for 3 with a fly out in the 7th. Average is now down to 241. The 1-0 pitch from Blevins. And the changeup taken outside for ball 2 rather, excuse me. 2-0 to Alfaro, the Phillies catcher. Pitcher spot will be due on deck for the Phillies, so we'll see who get the pitch hitting assignment. It's 2-0 pitch. And it misses inside, 3-0. So now it's a 3-0 count to the Phillies catcher as Bachelor is still on the warming up task for the Mets in the bullpen, but Swarzak comes in to join him. Three 3-0 from Blevins. Misses low, ball 4, so he walks the Phillies catcher on 4 straight pitches, and it gives the Phillies another base runner here in the 9th. So now the 9th spot due up for the Phillies, and they will get a pinch hitter in, and Andrew Knapp will come on and bat for the pitcher. So the Phillies now have a runner on first with 1 out here in the 9th. First pitch to Knapp from Blevins is tapped foul, as that will carry him off the backstop. Knapp hitting .223 for the season, 14 runs batted in, does have a stolen base. And 4 home runs on the season as well. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 to Knapp. Strikeout will be nice, but a ground ball would be well needed if they can turn a double play, and the Mets would love to get a turn at bat in the 9th and see if they can do some damage late in this ballgame. 0-2 for Blevins. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Blevins as Knapp's pinch hitting assignment comes to pass on 3 pitches as he strikes out against Blevins, 2 away. And now we'll bring up Hernandez. Comes up with his now 5th at bat of the ball game, 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. He did that back in the 6th inning on a wild pitch from DeGrom. First pitch to Hernandez is a breaking ball in there for a call strike. Phillies 3, Mets nothing here in the 9th. With 2 out, runner on first. First base runner is Alfaro, who walked on 4 pitches from Blevins. The 0-1 is a curveball that's tapped foul behind home plate, and it's 0-2 Hernandez. Strikeout would be big here. Get the Mets out of the 9th and up to bat. Kicks and deals. Broken bat right back to Blevins as he avoids the bat and makes the catch and throws the first for the putout, and that retires the side. Looks like Blevins' life flashed before his eyes on that one. Now the Mets get last licks in the 9th. See if they can do some damage. 3-0 Philadelphia.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Phillies, number 58.
Sir Anthony Gomez will come on to pitch for the Phillies in a save opportunity here in the 9th. as they have a 3-0 lead. He has 8 saves on the season and an ERA of 171. He's done very well this season. And the Mets will have 1, 2, and 3 to come up to the plate, as Brandon Nimmo will lead things off for the Mets, who has gone on base once tonight with a walk in the 4th. Otherwise, 0 for 2. His average is now down to 251. First pitch is swung on and missed, nothing in 1. And the woes continue for Nimmo, as a base hit would be well needed for him. He had been doing well in the past month, but ever since he's been getting out, his average has now dropped into 250s and looking to drop into 240s very soon. The 1-1 to Nimmo. And that one's skied in the left. And coming in to make the catch is Hoskins for the first out here in the 9th. And that will bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera has a hit in this ball game, one of the only 2 hits the Mets have. The only starter to have a hit. The only other hit was hit by Kazmarski, who had a pinch hitting assignment. Got his first MLB hit of the year. Cabrera is 1 for 3. Average is now at 280. First pitch to him. There's a changeup that misses low for ball 1. Dominguez again looking for his 9th save of the season. As the Phillies have a 3-0 lead, it is a save opportunity here in the 9th. The 1-0 pitch. Slider misses inside, and it's 2-0 to Cabrera. Well, the rain has stopped here at Citi Field. It's still a little cloudy, but at least the rain has subsided, and players won't have to worry about it so much anymore. 2-0 pitch to Cabrera, and it's line foul into the left field seats, 2-1. You can still hear a little thunder throughout the ballpark. 2-1 pitch, changeup misses outside, 3-1. So Cabrera now has a 3-1 count, and Conforto waiting on deck. It's Cabrera wiping off the rain from the bat from earlier, as the rain just had stopped. Taking his time now, 3-1. Has a positive count though, but a base runner will be well needed for the Mets. Only had 4 all night. 2 of them on walks. 3-1. Swung on and missed, as that fastball looked to be ball 4, but a swing and a miss from Cabrera nonetheless makes it full at 3-2. Now here's the 3-2 pitch. Line foul into the stands. Still 3-2. Three-two again. Line in the right field. And Williams makes the nice diving grab, robbing Cabrera of a base hit. And that's the second out here in the 9th. A nice athletic play as we take a look at the slow motion cam. A nice diving grab at the last second by Williams. As that will bring up Michael Conforto, who was the last hope for the Mets, as they're now down to their final out of the game. First pitch to him is tapped down the third base line without go foul. As the shift really wasn't on for Conforto at all. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game with a strikeout in the 7th. His average is now down to 214 or 215. That one's skied foul now to play, and now the Mets are down to their final strike. Oh-2. This is inside. On deck would be Todd Frazier. 1-2. Line to center. Over is Herrera to the gap, and he can't make the diving grab. It 2 hops to the wall. And Conforto will get on second base with a 2-out double here in the 9th. So the Mets are still alive here late in the ball game. Conforto with his 11th double of the year, as he's able to slice one into the left center gap. And the Mets have a runner on scoring position for the first time tonight. There's a nice try by Herrera in the outfield to make a diving catch, but he couldn't make it. So that will bring up Todd Frazier, who is 0 for 3 in the ball game with a strikeout in the 7th as well. And the Mets at least might have something cooking here in the 9th. Could at least get a run on the board. But still 2 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Phillies up 3-0. Conforto on second base, the first runner in scoring position for the Mets tonight. First pitch to Frazier is up and in, and it drilled him. And that will give a Mets base runner with 2 outs. So now they have runners on first and second. First time the Mets have had 2 base runners on base tonight. So quickly, Frazier gets on base with a hit by pitch, and now Mesoraco will come up to the plate, who is 0 for 3. As the Mets fans are now trying to get something going here for their team. First pitch to Mesoraco is taken low for ball 1. Mesoraco was 1 for 9 in the series coming into this ball game. Looking for at least one more hit. 1-0 is taken outside. Ball 2. He has been doing well leading up to this game, though, Mesoraco, in his last 7 games, hitting .273. 2-0 delivery. And that just gets in there for a called strike, 2-1. Nothing Phillies, 2 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Conforto at second and Frazier at first. 2-1 to Mesoraco. And he hits one in the air to deep left field. Back at the wall, and it's out of here! A long home run for Mesoraco. Ties the game here in the bottom of the 9th. Unbelievable. The Mets again in the bottom of the 9th are able to get on the board, and this time Mesoraco hits a 3-run blast into the left field seats. Game's now tied at 3. That ball went into the second deck. An absolute moonshot from Mesoraco. Well needed for the Mets, as they have tied this game in the bottom of the 9th. And that will bring up Smith. So Dominguez has blown his save. And the Mets now have 3 runs and have tied the game as Smith swings and misses the first pitch, and it's 0-1. So now the Mets have tied this ball game and have extra life. And that one's taken for a called strike. 0-2 to Smith. Two men were warming up in the bullpen. They had Arano and Garcia in the bullpen for the Phillies. Sorry about that. Here's the 0-2 to Smith. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Mets are unable to get that winning run to score, but they do tie it up as we head to extra innings here at Citi Field. Extra baseball, 3-3 tied ball game. Here we go here in the 10th inning as we are heading into extra innings here at Citi Field as the Mets, Anthony Swarzak, come in the pitch. His 16th outing of the season will be tonight, as Rhys Hoskins, who has been the hitter for the Phillies tonight, he is 4 for 4 with 2 doubles, a home run, and a single. He's still a triple shy of the cycle. Well, if you're just tuning in, a big Ninth inning for the Mets, as they had come back 3 runs down to tie it on a 3-run home run by that catcher right there, Devin Mesoraco. Mesoraco, that was his 9th home run of the season. 2nd home run in his last 7 games, as he hits that one foul. And it evens it up in 1-1, so a very exciting moment for the New York Mets, leading up to this 9th inning. But now they're here at the 10th, a tied ball game, as the Mets are looking to at least salvage this series now. Down 2-1 in this 4-game series, as Swarzak is able to get Hoskins to miss that curveball. Nice view from the left field restaurants. 1-2 pitch from Swarzak. And it's lined over towards second. Cabrera scoops it out, throws the first in time for the first out here in the 10th. So Hoskins is out for the first time tonight. So 1 away, and that will bring up Odubel Herrera, who was 0 for 1, or 0 for 3 rather. He had gotten intentionally walked back in the 8th. First pitch to him is missed low. The 1-0 pitch. Hit high in the air to over towards second base. Cabrera is under it, and he makes the one-handed grab for the second out. So 2 quick outs for Swarzak here in the 10th. And now bring up Santana to the plate. First pitch to Santana is taken for a strike right at the knees. 0-1. Santana has a double in this ball game to himself. He did walk in a run in his last at bat. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Swarzak looking for his first strikeout of the night. The 0-2 pitch to Santana. Misses inside. Almost got him. But Santana staying strong in the box. Now it's 1-2. 10th pitch of the inning coming from Swarzak. And now it's fouled back to the screen. And it's still 1-2. One-two again from Swarzak. Taken for a call at strike 3. Got him with the fastball up and away. As that's Swarzak's first strikeout of the night. Now the Mets will get another shot in the bottom of the 10th to win this ball game. Tied at 3 here at Citi Field. Well, the Mets have their clutch man at the plate in Wilmer Flores to lead things off here in the 10th. And you wouldn't want a guy up at the plate more than Flores in a situation like this. First pitch to him is taken low for ball 1. Flores hit a walk-off home run back on Monday in a pinch hit to lead off the bottom of the 10th and made it 4-3. So if he does do it here tonight, he can literally do it again. It would make it 4-3. It would be in the bottom of the 10th, and he would lead off the inning doing so. The 1-1 pitch. This one's tapped up the middle. Hernandez is going to have a tough play. The hop and a throw, and he just got him. Well, Flores not much of a speed runner. Hernandez is able to get the out at first nonetheless. A nice play by Cesar for the first out here in the middle of the 10th. As a nice jump throw out towards shallow center. So that will bring up Ahmed Rosario. Rosario walked in this ball game as well. He did that back in the 8th. Mets tonight are looking for their 37th win of the season. 1-0 pitch. In the air but foul down the left field line and into the second deck. And it's 1-1 to Rosario. Pitcher spot will be due next, so let's see who will get the pinch hitting assignment for the Mets. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed on that fastball upstairs, and it's 1-2 to Rosario. Dominguez is still in the ball game after blowing the save back in the 9th. And if you're just tuning in, his save was blown on a 3-run home run by Devin Mesoraco after a double by Conforto, a hit by pitch by Frazier, and then Mesoraco with the home run himself, tying the ball game. 1-2 pitch. This is low and it evens it up at 2-2. And again, it was raining at the beginning of the night, but ever since the 8th inning, I believe, it's stopped. So it's just a cloudy night, a little bit of a warm and muggy night in the upper 60s. This one's hit high in the air to center. Herrera ranges over, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Up next for the Mets, Edgar Anthony Swarzak.
So Swarzak's spot will be due up this inning, and let's see if the Mets put in a pinch hitter, and they will, and Jose Bautista.
For the Mets, number 11.
So Bautista, who didn't start tonight, will get the pinch hitting assignment. First pitch to Bautista is missed way outside with the slider, and it's 1-0 to Bautista, who's hitting .215 for the season. 23 runs batted in. Coming into tonight, he's 4 for his last 23. His last 15, he has 2 home runs, including that walk-off grand slam back a few weeks back. Tapped up the middle, that's a base hit in the center field. So Bautista comes in a pinch hit on an 0-1 count. Rips one in the center on the ground. And the Mets have a base runner here in the 10th. So Bautista with a nice rip up the middle, as that will bring up Brandon Nimmo to the plate, who has gone on base himself with a walk in this ball game, but he has struck out a few times as well, at least a couple. Comes on here with 2 men out here in the bottom of the 10th. First pitch to Nimmo, taken low for ball 1, a changeup that missed low. Brandon Nimmo's 0 for 4 with that walk. One-0 pitch to Nimmo. And another changeup misses low again below the knees, and it's ball 2. So now a 2-0 count on the Brandon Nimmo. Sir Anthony Dominguez still in the pitch here in the 10th. Now got 34 pitches after starting the 9th. Now the 2-0 pitch, and taken on the inside corner for a called strike. Runner on first and Jose Bautista hit a single up the middle to start things off with 2 outs. 2-1 delivery, and a check swing on the inside corner, and it looks like he didn't go. So now it's 3-1 to Nimmo, who already has a walk tonight. And if he gets his second, or gets on base any other way, it would bring up Cabrera. Three-1. Swing and a miss on that check swing again from Nimmo. Another check swing and a miss from Nimmo tonight, as we've been very indecisive in his swinging. Now it's 3-2 with 2 out. Bautista will be on the move. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and we go to the 11th. Brandon Nimmo strikes out again tonight as we head to the 11th inning here at Citi Field, still tied at 3-3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Mets, number 49.
Tyler Blasher will come on to pitch for the Mets, his 5th outing of the season so far for him, as Nick Williams will lead things off for the Phillies here in the 11th. Tie ball game at 3 here at Citi Field. And the first pitch from Blasher is taken outside for ball 1. Still a little thunder rumbling throughout the ballpark in the area of Queens here in New York on Long Island. Did rain at the beginning of the game, but now has stopped ever since. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded down the line and now going into the corner. Nimmo will have to get it off the wall. Going into second base is Williams with a leadoff double here in the 11th. So that's something the Phillies needed to get something going here in extra innings. There's a good rip down the line by Williams. Gives the Phillies a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And that will bring up the Phillies shortstop shows bunt here. And it's popped up, but it's in front of Mesoraco. He'll have to throw to first, and he just got him in time. As Kingerly dropped down a bunt and did not get the second base runner over to third. So the sack bunt turns into a 2-3 putout as Williams did not advance. So now with 1 out, Franco now at the plate. First pitch to him is taken for a called strike. Fastball at 94, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. And that's taken low for ball 1. One delivery. And that's tapped to the right side foul. And it's 1-2 to Franco. Out of town score, the Tampa Bay Rays this afternoon have defeated the Detroit Tigers 4-2. And a pitch in the dirt. Williams goes to third. A throw from Mesoraco goes into left field. Williams rounds third and heads home. And the Phillies take the lead. On a wild pitch, Mesoraco throwing down to third. Throws it away into left field. And after Mesoraco tying things up, hitting a home run in the bottom of the 9th, makes a mistake and a costly one for the Phillies as they now take a 4-3 lead. So now Franco has a 2-2 count, and he swings and misses and strikes out. And now there's 2 away, but the Phillies still have that 4-3 lead. As we take a look at the pitch on the pitched info, it was up on that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. A good pitch from Blasher, and that will bring up, and that will bring up the Phillies catcher. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. 0-1. Now Faro 0-for-3 with a walk in the 9th. Now it's Phillies 4 and the Mets 3 here in the top of the 11th with 2 out. The 0-1 pitch is taken for a strike. And it's 0-2. Pitch. Swung on and misses the breaking ball, and he gets Alfaro to strike out to retire the side, but the damage is done. An error by Mesoraco on a throw to third brings in a run for the Phillies as we head to the bottom of the 11th, 4-1 Philadelphia. Here we go in the bottom of the 11th. Now it's the last slicks for the Mets as a double switch will be taking place for the Philadelphia Phillies as they'll bring in a new pitcher and put a new player in defensively. And let's see who that will be. Luis Garcia will come in to pitch for the Phillies. Has 32 outings so far. He has an ERA of 4.74. And Asdrubal Cabrera will lead things off for the Mets, who has one of their hits in the ball game tonight. Last licks for the Mets here in the bottom of the 11th. First pitch is a breaking ball, missing low. 1-0 to Asdrubal. Garcia looking for a save opportunity here in the bottom of the 11th, now that the Phillies have a 4-3 lead against the Mets. 1-0, misses inside. So after a pretty unentertaining ball game, really by either side, it was really a pitcher's duel for a good chunk portion of the ball game, but ever since the 9th inning, it's been a roller coaster ride. Tapped foul back, and a nice catch by the ball boy. 2-1 now to Cabrera. And the 2-1 is in there for a called strike. 2-2. In the 4th inning, the Phillies scored a run on a home run by Hoskins, and then in the 6th, they got another run on a wild pitch, and then in the 9th, they scored a run on a ball 4 as Cabrera hits one in the right field for a leadoff hit. And so the Mets have a base runner to lead things off here in the 11th. And now we'll bring up Michael Conforto, who hit a double his last time up, as you see the hit by Cabrera again. So here is Conforto. And the first pitch to him is a slider that misses low and away for ball 1. Here is Conforto. He has 1 for 4 with a double. And a run scored from that homer from Mesoraco that brought him in. (1-0) to Conforto. Misses low again with the fastball this time, and it's now 2-0 to Conforto. And the 2-0 to Michael. And the slider just gets the letters for strike 1. And it's now 2-1 to Conforto. Cabrera at first with nobody out here in the bottom of the 11th. 4-3 Philadelphia. 2-1 to Conforto. There's a slider in there for a strike. And it's now 2-2 to Conforto. So he watches 4 straight pitches and gets a 2-2 count. Now the 2-2 Conforto. Taps one up the middle to second for 1, and first a double play. And quickly, just like that, the Mets are now down to their final outs as Conforto grounds into a double play. Nice play by the pitcher Garcia, going to his left to field the ground ball and a strike to second, and they were able to turn that double play. So Todd Frazier will be the last chance for the Mets here in the bottom of the 11th. His last time at bat, got hit by a pitch, and it's run scored from the home run by Mesoraco in the 9th inning. 0 for 3 nonetheless. One 1-0 to Frazier, and it misses inside. 2-0. Mesoraco would be on deck if Frazier could get on. And he takes that slider for a called strike, and it's 2-1. Well, the Mets tomorrow night will be taking on the Washington Nationals at 7:10. They'll be taking on a 4-game series against Washington Thursday through Sunday. 2-1 pitch to Frazier is just missed inside for ball 3. So again, if Frazier can get on, Mesoraco would be on deck. It was clutch enough in the 9th inning to give the Mets their first runs of the ball game in a 3-run shot into the second deck in left field to tie the ball game up at the time. Now the 3-run to Frazier. Swing and a miss, and now the Mets are down to their final strike. Full count with 2 out here in the bottom of the 11th. 4-3 Philadelphia. (3-2). Swung and a miss. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. Well, after the Mets tying the game up in the bottom of the 9th at 3, the man who tied it up himself made the error in the top of the 11th with an error thrown into left field, bringing in the 4th run home for the Phillies as they win this series against the Mets 4-3. as the Mets were unable to salvage this 4-game series and lose it 3-1 in this series, as the Philadelphia Phillies have won their 52nd game of the season and will now go to Baltimore in a 1-game series against them tomorrow night. As the Mets lose their 54th game of the season after a wild run in the 9th inning comes to pass. Final line score for the night's game: for the Phillies, 4 runs on 8 hits and no errors, and for the Mets, 3 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for them. Winning pitcher is Sir Anthony Dominguez. He gets his second win of the year. Garcia gets his second save, and Tyler Blasher, who gave up that last run, will get his first Major League loss. He is now 0-1 on the season, as the Mets fall now down to 36-54 on the season. The Mets tomorrow night will take on the Washington Nationals. Again, coverage begins at 6:30 if you are on the SNY side. And if you're on the Philadelphia side, the Phillies will take on the Baltimore Orioles. That game will start at 6:05 down there in Baltimore. A 1-game series, as it looks to be a makeup game in that regard. Well, that'll do it here from Citi Field. A wild finish here, as once again, the final score here at Citi Field is the Phillies 4 and the Mets 3. Thank you for tuning in. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want to see more. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys later.